everybody, I'm Abby.
And I'm Adam.
And together we are Travel with A-Team. Before we get going, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with us in all of our wonderful adventures. We spent 4 nights and 3.5 days in the Grand Canyon.
It was awesome.
Amazing. We parked our little RV in the Trailer Village RV Park, which is actually the closest RV park to the South Rim that has full hookups, which was excellent because it was one of our first longer stays in the RV and we really just kind of want to have all the amenities, and it was great. If all the shuttle buses were running, it's super easy to get around, but the one shuttle bus that we really needed at one point wasn't running at the time, but there were a couple others that made it pretty easy to get around. The Trailer Village RV Park is actually inside the park boundary, so our America the Beautiful Pass came in handy once again to get us into the park for free. Our first full day at the Grand Canyon, we woke up super early to catch the sunrise and spend the day wandering around the South Rim Trail, and we even hopped on a shuttle bus to check out some stops that were a little further away. It is 5:15 a.m. Our alarm went off at 4:30. It's freezing. I'm wearing tons of layers, not even all my layers yet. And we are going to go try to catch the sunrise over the Grand Canyon. But it should be incredibly beautiful. Check it out. The sunrise is beautiful. We made it just in time. And since we're here, we are going to walk along the Rim Trail and kind of just look over the Grand Canyon. The Rim Trail is a paved trail. It's flat. It's really nice. It's a super easy trail. We're all bundled up still because it's cold, but I think we'll be shedding some layers. After a pretty easy day of hiking relative on the Rim Trail, which is flat. It's a very, very flat.
And there are shuttles for when you get tired or hungry.
Or hangry. Very important. Bring your snacks, people. Can't say it enough. The Rim Trail is awesome, especially if you don't have a lot of time and you're just stopping by the Grand Canyon, which you shouldn't do. Stay there. But if you are, the Rim Trail is great. You can just throw on your tennis shoes, walk around as much as you want. Easy. And it's flat. And it's really accessible. Most of the trail is paved, so if you have accessibility issues or you got small children, need a stroller, whatever, this is an awesome trail.
In retrospect, there were a number of people that were renting bikes, and you can actually bike as far as you want. And if you get tired biking, you can throw the bike on the front of one of their handy shuttles. So if we were to do it again, that might be something at the top of our list, to bike from the Grand Canyon Village the 8 miles out to Hermit's Rest.
So after a beautiful day on the trail and waking up super early, we decided to keep our trend going. On the second day, we woke up super early again to hit the South Kiabob Trail. This is one of the trails that goes into the Grand Canyon, and actually one of the trails that folks who actually go down and camp at the bottom, at the base of the Grand Canyon by the Colorado River, they might take this trail. This trail is steep, it is hard, but it is beautiful. We are on our way pretty bright and early to hike the South Kiabob Trail. We are going to catch a shuttle bus at the visitor center that will take us to the trailhead, and then we're gonna hike, we think, to Skeleton Point, which is about 3 miles down, and then it's an out and back. So we say we think because
if we get tired, we can turn around at any time.
It's the beauty of an out and back, really.
You ready?
Here we go. We are here at Skeleton's Point, which is about 3 miles down the South Kiabob Trail, and this is our determined turnaround point. We are going to hike it back up. It is going to be uphill the entire way. It's going to be really tough, but the views have been absolutely beautiful. Highly recommend coming down here, having a snack or lunch or whatever the day calls for.
What a beautiful view. We did it.
Woohoo.
That was no joke.
Alright, here are the stats. 6.2 miles, 4.5 hours, 4,700 in elevation gain.
Totally worth it.
So for our final day, we said, let's do the hardest thing. And as Adam mentioned, the shuttle buses are not fully running. So the shuttle bus from the trailer village to all these other places, not running. So we wanted to hike the most popular trail on our last day. It's called the Bright Angel Trail, and it might be one that you've heard of. But this trail is right in Grand Canyon Village, which is kind of where all the stuff is happening. And so we got up super early again, and we had to walk 2 miles to get to this trail. It's not a hard walk, but it's 2 miles. And then we went on the Bright Angel Trail, and we thought South Kiabob was hard. Y'all.
Ooh.
We are at Indian Flat, which is actually a campground, and about the 4.5 mile mark. It is so beautiful. It is crazy crowded. This is where there's people camping here. There's kind of a switch off. Folks that went down to the river, camped last night, are coming back through, trading guides, mules. It's a whole party here.
It's a major junction.
It really
They have
is.
water and surprisingly nice restrooms.
It's a really great spot. We would love to camp here, honestly, but we're gonna have to turn around.
Carter going up.
Still beautiful though.
Okay, we are about 9.5 miles in, excluding the 1.8 from the parking lot. And as you can see, we're nearing the top of the canyon.
Thank God.
Abby has had a somewhat minor, well, I say minor, somewhat major blister fiasco, so we have stopped several times to attend to that.
It's not okay.
But we're almost there. So then begins the 1.8 miles
Back
from the end of the trail to the RV.
Oh God.
If only
There was a shuttle.
the shuttle was running. But,
I just want a shuttle.
but all in all, I think we'll say it's worth it tomorrow.
It's really cool.
I'm gonna say it's worth it when we get back
It's
to the
super
RV.
pretty.
But Abby might need a day. We did it. Well, sort of.
We still have 2 miles to the car. I don't want to think about it.
10.1 miles.
People are looking at us.
7
probably
hours
like,
and 15 minutes. 5,000 feet in elevation change. Elevation gain.
Elevation gain. That means we went down 5 and up 5.
Oh,
Kind of feel like a badass.
goodness
High five.
gracious.
Did it.
All in all, the Grand Canyon was an amazing adventure, and we will certainly be back and hopefully camping in the bottom. I would say 3.5 days, 4 nights is actually a really good amount of time if you're wanting to hike a lot. If you're not, honestly, go for a day. It's not gonna, if you don't want to hike a bunch, there's honestly not that much to do. But most of the time when you're taking your RV around, you're probably gonna be doing some hiking. So strap on your boots, test out these trails, and then if you're RVing, this is an awesome first stop. If this is your first time in an RV or you're renting an RV, start at the Grand Canyon, because that trailer village, while a little bit pricey, is pretty spectacular. So it's a really awesome site, and we highly recommend it for full hookup sites. They're really helpful. Then you need to get it in advance though, because in high season, it was totally full when we were there. We just happened to have already booked it. So go ahead and book that in advance. Hit up the Grand Canyon. It's absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, and as you saw, we had a really, really fun time and challenged ourselves a whole lot. Wrapping up the Grand Canyon, we are headed on our next adventure. And this is a little bit of an audible for us. We were actually planning on going to Zion, which is absolutely incredible, epic. We were so amped. However, right now, to get into Zion, you could only use a shuttle. And that shuttle is really limited on tickets. And there is no guarantee that you can even go to Zion. And it wasn't a risk we were willing to take. So we'll be back to go to Zion. But what we're going to, our next adventure, is the Grand Staircase National Monument, Escalante. And it's right up in that area. It's right by Bryce and Zion and in just the southern Utah area. And we are so excited because we are boondocking for the first time, and we're really pumped. And hopefully nothing goes wrong and it goes really well. But stay tuned, hit that subscribe button so you can check out that next adventure. Thanks for watching.